You want them when they don't want you. Soon as they do, feelings change. That's the iconic line from Eminem's 2011 song, Spacebound. It describes a phenomenon that happens far too often for some people. A guy is super interested in you, texting you all the time, blowing up your phone, wants to see you, and at first you're a little hesitant, but after a little bit, he catches your attention and now you're liking him. And then, boom, you feel a sudden change in him and you know he's pulling away. What happened? Why did this guy lose interest? In this video, I'm going to explain the top 4 reasons guys lose interest, pull away, and even disappear. So don't go anywhere. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Antonio Borello. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here, I make dating and relationship advice videos focused on helping you make your love life the best part of your life. So if you want something real, start now by clicking subscribe and hit the little bell icon to make sure you aren't missing any of our weekly videos. Okay, on to our topic. Why men pull away. Every new relationship is ignited by sparks of interest, allure, and the desire to be near one another. This attraction can be physical, sexual, emotional, or a combination of all of them and results in what people call chemistry. And when we feel this chemistry with another person, we know it and the feeling is unmistakable. But what happens next depends on circumstances, availability, and most of all, how the two choose to interact with one another. We've all had the experience of being very excited about someone who likes us. We meet a person, feel the chemistry, maybe go on a date or begin texting, talking, and getting to know one another, and then boom, something happens. There's a sudden and obvious change in their responsiveness to you. In the worst case, that person just ghosts you or no longer responds or communicates and offers no explanation. Yeah, they leave you hanging and questioning your every communication. Was it something I said? Did they learn something about me that they don't like? Why is the person that you want no longer interested in you? Here are the top 4 reasons. Number 1, you think you're more compatible than you really are. This is a big one. You start dating a person who is super attractive to you, and you believe that they have a lot going for them and that they're a very good match for you and that you would make a great couple and have beautiful bambinos together. But wait, really? Are you really that compatible? Did you have non-stop, amazing, stimulating conversation? Are you both really that similar? Let's be honest with ourselves. The more attracted you are to a person, the more likely you are to try and forgive the differences between the two of you. And before you really know a person, you're more likely to imagine this person has these great qualities and attributes that are perfect for you. But in reality, he might not be that compatible, despite the fact that you really, really want him to be. And for whatever reason, he was able to realize and accept that fact before you were. Number 2, he thinks you have no life. I know this one sounds harsh, but it's true. When we're really attracted to someone and we really want things to work out, we have a tendency to go out of our way to be super nice, attentive, available, and sometimes overly excited. This may be an exaggeration, but if a guy thinks you'll drop everything for an opportunity to see him, the message it sends is that he's the most important thing going on in your world. And this has 2 bad consequences. Number 1, it lowers your value in his eyes, and when your perceived value goes down, so does your level of attractiveness. When you show an uninvested person, a new person you're dating, too much interest, too much excitement, your perceived value relative to theirs goes down. Does that make sense? And number 2, if a guy thinks he's the most important thing you have going on in your life, it puts a lot of pressure on him. He thinks if things don't work out, she'll be super hurt. And that's a lot of pressure up front. And who wants to be responsible for another person's pain? Number 3, you're constantly attracted to people who are unavailable or otherwise bad for you. Many of us are familiar with this scenario. The nice guy is handsome, sweet, interesting, smart, and available, and he is interested in a relationship with you. But of course, you're just not that into him. On the other hand, you can't stop thinking and obsessing over this bad boy. Sure, the bad boy has some good qualities, but he is either unavailable for a relationship in general or unavailable for a relationship with you. What's even more mind-blowing is that on paper, the nice guy may be so perfect for you that your friends and family think you're crazy for not giving him a chance. Meanwhile, you can't get the bad boy off your mind. The more he rejects you and the more forcefully he indicates that he doesn't want to be with you, the more interested you seem to become. And this isn't an uncommon phenomenon. In fact, psychologists have been studying this phenomenon for years. For example, a 2010 study published by the Journal of Neurophysiology showed that people in this situation are really suffering from a drug addiction, and the drug is the person who's rejecting you, leaving your love unreciprocated. Furthermore, the reason that romantic rejection gets people hooked is that this sort of rejection stimulates parts of the brain associated with motivation, reward, addiction, and cravings. People get addicted to thoughts of what could have been, but never will be. And once they get stuck on those thoughts, being rejected by the other person can intensify them, leaving them to deal with obsession, which is kind of an addiction, or an addiction to thoughts of a certain kind. Finally, there's this different ending explanation. If you have a history of being rejected by a parent, or by your first love, or by previous lovers, you may be more likely to subconsciously seek out similar scenarios, hoping that the story will have a different ending. Only it does not. Number 4, it's a triggered emotional response. A sudden change of heart without an obvious reason is often a triggered emotional response. Some behavior, interaction, or new information triggered a negative emotion in your partner and caused them to experience anxiety. This uneasiness gets associated with you and poof, they're gone. And this isn't something you could ever control. Unless you were offensive or made an awkward faux pas or appeared way too interested or needy, the trigger is related to something in your partner's past and has nothing to do with you at all. A trigger could be almost anything: behaviors, gestures, expressions, differences of opinion, or even the way you laugh or sneeze. And often they are ridiculous. I know it's happened to me many times. Sometimes a trigger is an alert to an important difference between the two people, but often the trigger is simply an irrational emotional response to something your partner isn't even aware of. Often the person who loses interest doesn't even know why it happened, doesn't understand why their own feelings have changed. They just know that they don't feel the same. So don't blame yourself or spend endless hours worrying about what happened. Things like this happen to everyone. It happens frequently and it's not a reflection of you, period. Remember, anyone who is dating will have these experiences and it won't feel good. What's important is that you quickly recognize when your feelings are no longer being reciprocated, and once you're aware, adjust your behaviors and feelings accordingly. Don't waste your time worrying about the person who isn't showing as much interest as you are. Move forward and meet someone who's as eager about a relationship as you are. Don't settle for anything less. I know I certainly won't. You deserve a person who's just as excited about you and knows how to show it. I know you all have change of heart stories or situations where you were left wondering what the hell happened. If you'd like me to try to help decipher something, leave a comment below and I'll check it out and respond. And if you found this video helpful or informative, please hit that thumbs up button, and please be sure to subscribe to get more videos like this one that will help you make your love life the best part of your life. I look forward to reading your comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.